time to stop. It's time to stop, okay? No more. Where the are your parents?
Alright, gonna try and catch this train here before it closes. Oh shoot.
Dang it! Missed it! No!
Can I get on top of the thing? No! Now I have to go over to the other side and get to it. Alright, let's try this again. We're actually gonna catch it this time. Here it comes. Here it is. We need to ride this train in order to get to the station, which actually has 2 elevators over there. Alright. Now we can wait. And we're gonna look out the window when the door closes. Here we go. Give it a couple of seconds. It might take a little bit. But yeah. Doors will close. 3, 2, 1. Something in between that number. There's a car over here. I don't think these cars actually work. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Alright, let's look out the window. You can't really see much out the window, but I mean, we are going up, right? We are indeed going up. Alright, here we are at the station. Whatever you like to think. Alright, this is where I need to be. Alright, that's the exit/entrance. You could theoretically open the door on this side, but it's blocked. Anyways, these are the elevators at the Evergreen City section over here. And we have some TKs, but these are running on monitor TR controllers. These have monitor TR buttons. Why does it say it's going down? Weird. T? These are monitor TR buttons. Similar to the ones that were used at the Fashion Square Mall before being replaced with Bruiser. Basically the same fixtures as the ones at the Fashion Square Mall Brown Garage before getting replaced again with Bruiser fixtures. Here we are at the ground level. Alright, let's go back down to T. I think they fixed the floor indicator since last time I filmed these. So the G works. The G's changed back. Okay, so it does. They didn't change the letter. They didn't change the T on the floor indicators. They say S. Probably would have made sense because S is station. And as you can see, this is the tram station, which is closed. There goes that elevator. We're going to ride the other one, which is going down now. There goes... Is it leaving now? Yeah, it's almost. There it goes. There goes that one. Here comes the elevator. There is a, there's like an apartment complex next door to this, so we're gonna ride those last. Look at that door equipment. Yep. Back down to G. Back up to G we go. We're gonna stay on G this time. We're not gonna go down again, since these are pretty much identical to each other. Here we are at the ground level. It does have a ThyssenKrupp grocery store beep and arrow chimes, but these appear to be more of a monitor TR design, so it's anybody's guess what it could be. Third-party company branded buttons. It does have a nice cab overall. But the main floor is G, because you can see all the fire things here. Anyway, let's move on to the next elevator. So these are elevators 3 and 4, though these both say 4, when it should be 3 and 4. Alright, now we're going to ride this elevator here, which has Schindler HT, oh no, Schindler MT buttons. Low pitch chime. Low pitch chime. Floor indicator's completely dead. 3. Floor indicator's completely dead. Yep, floor indicator's completely burned out and completely busted. No chimes, no arrows, no numbers. Just completely dead. The indicator's just completely dead. Alright, here we are at 3. Let's go back down to 1. We will go up to 2 and 3 later. But yeah, obviously the chimes do not work. The indicator's busted. But it is moving. I think the alarm still doesn't work either. I like to believe that the alarm does nothing. Here we are at 1. I bet that alarm does nothing. Actually, it still works. 2. We're gonna go up to 2 because I'm actually gonna go. We're gonna go up to 2 because I want to take a look at all these little cool, fancy things. The service elevators in this area are Kone KSS 140s. The main ones are KSS 570s with that fancy floor indicator. Now it's gonna sit here while I look at all these buttons. These buttons may not work. Yeah. This alarm does nothing. Series 1. Door close button for some reason lights up. That doesn't work. Yeah. US square. Alarm doesn't work. These don't work either. But there's your lantern. There's your indicator. There's your US plate. Let's take a little standstill picture of this. And now, this side. You got Dover Traflomatic 3, 2, and 4. There's your chimes. This indicator has that arrow thing here. The buttons do push. This does nothing. Take a standstill. Then we have these. These are Otis Lexan or soft. I think these are actually technically these are Otis Onotronics. Yeah, look at those buttons. It's like these haven't been pushed in light years because after I push them, they light up a little bit blue. But this indicator doesn't really do it much. It just goes wherever it wants to go. The Otis Onotronic does nothing. These are Square Touch US. These are US. No, not US. Otis Square Touch. Square touch sensitive. Let's take a look at this. Stand still, and you can take a picture right here. Yeah. All right. Also, I'm pretty sure these do work, but yeah, it does work. They do work, but unfortunately, no chimes. Do these buttons push? Yeah, they do, surprisingly enough. They're a little wacky-doo. This stop switch does nothing. Alright. Now, we're going to go up to 3 on this elevator here. Here we go. Up to 3. Door close button surprisingly does work despite the indicator being busted. The indicator is completely broken, but it does move, and the buttons do function, and the alarm does still work. So that's a little surprising. All right, here we are at 3. Now here's where things get a little interesting. There's only 2 elevator cabs you can check out. You got this one here, which has the Dover indicator. You got Dover hydraulic buttons, which do not work, but they do have the cab. And then you go over here. This one has US Square, which I've only seen US Square once in my life in IRL. But as you can see, these buttons don't push in either. I think they used to light up, but I guess these don't do it now. But yeah, these are your cabs. I'll just take one more still picture of the panels here. And then we will do this one. We'll just look at the panel here. The indicator's up on the roof. And as you can see, there's the interlock for the US. So it could be an elevator if it wanted to be one, but unfortunately, because it isn't, it isn't. So anyways, now that we've checked these out, we're going to go back down to 1 on this elevator, and then we're going to move on. the elevator next door is the one we're kind of anticipating a visit on. Because we've tried so many times to film it, and we've not been very successful because it's always locked. There's a freaking key card reader, even though it's green. The key card's always been green. So, I don't understand how that's possible. So, but anyway, yeah, moving on. Here we are at 1. Oh, it finally does ring. Of course, we have somebody else that just decided to randomly join because, yes. Anyway, we are going to go check out either this one here. Oh, wait, no, we can't because it's locked. It's once again barricaded by a door. This keycard's green. Why the heck am I not able to film it? You can see it's right there. Anyway, we are going to film the MCK Connect shop, which does have an elevator. A Schindler 338. Oh no, not 338. 3300.
Elevator is going up.
A little bit of a delayed response. 3. Down, door closed does nothing. Floor passing chime does work. Here we are at 3.
Floor 3.
This does nothing too.
Elevator is going down.
See, this doesn't have very much exciting things to it. It's just the elevator itself that's interesting. Everything else in between is not so much. Here it goes. Here we are at 1.
Floor 1.
Here we are at 1. Technology is what brings people together. Matt Moldenweg. So look at this. This is just a showcase. Floor, customer support, blah, blah, blah. But there's literally nothing over here. So yeah, that really just sums up this little area here. This place we have not been able to get into since they have freaking doors in front of it, and I can't even open them. Like literally, you would have to have like a button command in order to push that thing. I have not been able to do that, nor will I ever be able to, as it appears. But we will be able to ride this elevator, or these elevators. These are Kona Kiss's 570s. Nice
Going
indicator.
up.
Also, these have the fancy floor indicator that we've grown to attach to ourselves. Though this is a big boy floor indicator as opposed to a smaller one. Squeaky. This indicator changes when the elevator starts moving. This one does it right before the floor.
Third floor.
It does have a default fire operation thing. Let's go back down to 1.
Going down.
Ooh, it finally rains. Here we go back down. Squeaky again. These are a little slower for 3-story eco.
First floor.
First floor. I may not ride the other elevator because, I mean, it looks like this. It's the same deal, except it's not as squeaky, so, yeah, it's literally the same thing. The only difference is the chimes, which I think you could probably tell if I set one up. Set that one up.
Going up.
Set that one up to 3. We're gonna ride this one. Once that one goes up. Yep, it does the squeak there too.
Going up.
Yeah, that one has a different chime, which is not normal to the Kona itself. Anyway, now that we've checked out these elevators, this doesn't have much of excitement to it, but it's an arcade. Under construction, says you. But we're gonna go ride the Forever 20.5, which has 2 Schindler HD Premiums in it. We got this one. Let's go up to 2. Alright, here we are at 2, back down to 1. back down to 1. And yes, these are hydraulic and they're glass, so you can look out the window if you wanted to. The other elevator has the panel on this side, if I remember correctly. There we go. Here's the other elevator. Oh, never mind. Actually, it's on the same side. We're gonna leave this one behind. Alright, let's... oh, wait, hold on. It's above level. It's over-leveled. And this thing was only installed. It's just over-leveled. Crazy. Alright, well, anyways, we're gonna leave this elevator. The only way we're gonna be able to get up to... Now, we're gonna go to one last elevator in this area. We do have a couple more to check out. There's 2 more here. There's 2 more here, somewhere around here. Actually, no, it's like, I think it's over there somewhere. We also have a couple other things to check out, but we'll end this off on Sara, which has a Notice Gen 3. That looks like a door chime. That looks like a Dover door. Yep, Otis. 3. Hydraulic head. You know what's kind of funny about this elevator? It's actually glass on the outside, not on the inside. The inside's enclosed, but if you look at it from the outside, you can see it's glass. Which is kind of crazy, if you ask me. And yes, this elevator does not serve the first floor, which is kind of insane. See, look, it's glass on the outside, not on the inside. Back down to 2. What? Oh, that's weird. Close the door. That is bizarre how that just fell out. Here we are at 2. Any second. There it goes. There's your fixtures. Alarm's higher pitched than normal. Alright. Let's get off this elevator. Watch the door close. I love how it says escalators coming soon. I guess it makes sense. There's no stairs. Anyway, that's it for these elevators. Or at least, that's it for this section. This is part 2 of the... Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more of these, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!